Hey, hey, what is up? Good day, good day, good day, people. You can actually make this shit up. You can actually make this up. This is actually possible. Oh my gosh. So, we got some things to talk about. But first, let's get some good things out of the way. First things off, all right? Because there's some bullshit here for sure. But first things first. Big shout out to all the family members pulling up. I see the badges. We got purple badges, green badges, yellow badges. We got brown new badges from Van B. Welcome to the family. Big shout out, everybody. Please join the Wolfpack membership. Become part of the fam. Have an awesome discussion. Get active in the Discord. Do the grudge racing that we have. We do a good time. And with that being said, we are also about to have another good time because we have a Lewis Hamilton Gem Mint Sapphire Blue Topps 2020 card to give away. So let's do that first. Let's see who's going to get this card first. Let's see who's going to get that first, because I know we got some people that have been claiming, hey, that's my card. That's nobody else's card. Paul's one of them. We got a lot of people on the wheel. So remember how this does work, all right? If you do not claim it by time I go live, my next live, your name is removed as soon as I call you out. I will write your name down, and you will have until that time to contact me via social media, via the Discord, okay, to claim your prize with your shipping address, with your email for tracking, and your phone number just in case it is overseas. Do remember, if it is overseas, that might be something a little harder to deal with all this BS we got going on with Trump tariffs and all types of shipping regulation bull crap, and depending on the area that you are in. But let's go ahead and see who's going to get this card, because I'm actually I'm excited to see who's going to get it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to spin this wheel, see who's going to get this. So let's go ahead and spin it up real quick. Who's it gonna be? It is Miss Dino! Miss Dino! Where is Miss Dino at? For the young lad and chap who is a kart racer like Butterfly used to be, where are you, Miss Dino? Miss Dino, congratulations. I'm already shipping you a keychain, and now I'm shipping Gem Mint 10 card. Miss Dino better get in here. There she goes. There she goes. Miss Dino, congratulations. Congratulations. Look at that beautiful card. That is coming your way. Gem Mint 10 Lewis Hamilton Collector Sapphire Blue. Oh my gosh, Miss Dino. Hey, she did the super chats. Don't worry, we got another prize coming up, chat. We got another prize coming up to be given away. Jay, just keep doing your super chats. Every time you do when your name's in there, congratulations, Miss Dino. That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to remove all instances of your name right here. All right? That means you need to make sure you reach out to me. Address, phone number, email, or let me know, because I think I've sent you a keychain before. Let me know. And then everything is still the same. And make sure that you at least throw a thumbs up on that message so it repopulates. And I will get this out to you. All right. Congratulations once again. That is a big shout out. Yo, that is, hey, I'm telling you, we do things different here. We do things different here. We doing things different here. People, other content creators don't do this. We do this. Big shout out. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely unbelievably awesome to see. I absolutely love it, man. Congratulations. All right, now let's get to this race, because we got some shenanigans to talk about. We do have some shenanigans to talk about. Miss Dino, congratulations again. Hey, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right, so let's get to this, because first I do want to say congratulations to Kimi Antonelli. Kimi Antonelli out here living his best life. Kimi out here getting on to the damn podium after so much struggle, okay? Because Kimi Antonelli has had a very challenging season. Kimmy's had a very challenging single. Hey, Miss Dino in the super chat saying, yay, wahoo. Thank you. Everything the same. Just still make sure you like that or repopulate it for me, because a lot of messages come through. Make sure you like that, repopulate it for me so I know where it is, because I want to make sure I get it out to you. Big shout out to you. Congrats. I know you got to be happy. But Kimmy is winding up. I don't want to speak too early, right? I don't want to speak too early on Kimmy and start saying that he's going to be ushering in Mercedes to a new era of dominance or anything like that. I don't want to go that far. That could be a bit far, correct? You know, that could go a little bit too much in one direction. I would like to just say Kimmy is turning into a wonderful prospect. Kimmy is turning into having and showing the ability and the potential of becoming a good Formula One driver right now. Good. And I say good, and good is very good. Good is good. I'm not going to say great. People always want to say great. People always want to say legend. It sounds good. It's all dramatic. Let's just keep it real, okay? Good. Because I would debate anybody that Hadjar, while being in a lesser car, a lesser accomplished team, likely would do better than Kimmy has done this entire season if he were in a Mercedes. And I'm going to stick by that. So, Kimmy, congratulations. You definitely show. And another thing I'm going to say about Kimmy is this. Bro, you showed that you got the balls to race Max Verstappen in such a way that you don't just part the Red Sea. Because did anybody else notice that today? Did anybody else notice that the typical part the track for Max and let him through as he comes through happened today? Did anybody else notice that? Did anybody notice the lack of scrap for Max Verstappen as he came through the grid? Did anybody else notice the complicitness? Did anybody else notice the submissiveness? Did anybody else notice, you know what? I'm just going to move out of the way for Max and just let him on through. Just let him on through. It was serious. But before we get to that, let's talk about another rookie who didn't have the best day today. Let's talk about another rookie who had quite the off weekend, who, while at his home Grand Prix, it didn't turn out that great for him. It didn't turn out the best for him. And I know it's unfortunate for him, and I know he's probably down a bit. Bortoleto, all right? Bortoleto, F2 champion. I think he does have some promise. I think Bortoleto has some potential. Bortoleto is another driver where before this weekend, I would have been very strong on debating that he could do better in a Mercedes than Kimmy, but not as much as Hadjar. Hadjar, I'm 10 toes down, would be willing to debate anybody that Hadjar would be having a better season in a Mercedes than Kimi Antonelli currently is. Bortoleto, I would, but not as strong and as passionate as I would standing behind Hadjar. Like, this is my guy. But Bortoleto still in a bad team. He's in a bad team. This team is going to turn into Audi. Hopefully, that will then give them the tools, necessities they need to do good. But does anybody notice something? Does anybody notice the words that I'm saying, the words that other people say, and how these words of better team, better car, better updates, better strategy always seem to apply to other drivers aside from another driver? Nasty Stu said, I noticed both Red Bulls pitted to thank you, brother. I was about to build up to it. Nasty Stu, I was building up to it. But since you want to get straight to the point, let's get there. These same words don't seem to always apply to Max Verstappen. And I'm going to show you something. I just got to show you something because little short ass midget ass Jacquees always wants to try to be on the point of a very dramatic take. From pit lane to podium, I've never seen this. I've never seen this happen. I've seen a lot of things from Max Verstappen, but it's always never seen some shit. It's always we never seen this. Can we get the hell off? We've seen a comeback like this and better. Let's stop it. And let's add some context to this. Jolyon Palmer, like, oh my gosh, you can't never count him out. This is true. You can never count Max Verstappen out. I say it all the time. Rambro says Kimi needed the podium to help establish his skill as well as letting Max know he is no pushover. Facts. But let's look at something because they act, there's always a double standard here. Rambro, hey, Nasty Stu, let's talk about it. So what took place from qualifying where Max looked like shit to today where Max looked like the shit? Did Max Verstappen forget how to drive yesterday? I don't think so. Did Max Verstappen become his rookie self all of a sudden yesterday? I don't think so. And while we are talking about it, Max Verstappen doesn't win another race, but is third in spectacular fashion, supposedly. But what took place? Because it seems as if they didn't want to mention these things, right? Like all of a sudden, Max Verstappen went to sleep, dreamed of winning the Brazilian GP, and woke up like, dun, 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 I'm going to be Super Max today. Yesterday I wasn't, but today I am. No, that's not what happened. Let's look at what happened. This is what happened. What happened was, and it's also funny how they try to throw Yuki in there. Some Yuki influence updates didn't necessarily work, so they went in the lab and they changed it. Yeah, they went in the lab and they changed it. So let's look. Max Verstappen, internal combustion engine. Max Verstappen, turbocharger. Max Verstappen, MGUH. Max Verstappen, MGUK. Max Verstappen, ES, stores unit, energy. Max Verstappen, control electronics. Max Verstappen, shit, almost to the flat line on exhaust. Max Verstappen, according to 40.9 Alpha, will start in the pit lane. Okay, so it wasn't Max. It was the car. It was the car. So isn't it funny how when Max wins or Max does well, it's Max, Super Max. When Max does bad, oh, it's the car. It's no. You can't. Today and yesterday put together shows you that a lot of people are full of shit when they make these takes. It shows you that Max is not Super Max that they want you to believe. It shows you that the car that you are driving does matter. And it also shows you what? Max Verstappen does not do better with less. Does anybody want to debate me? Does anybody want to try and debate me that the car Max was driving yesterday was better than the W12, 13, or 14? Does anybody want to try to debate that? Anybody? Anybody? You? Anybody? Does anybody want to try to debate me that the Red Bull car, even with the way it was set up yesterday, was better than the W13, 14, or W12? Does anybody want to debate that? I doubt it. This the same guy they said could take a Haas or an AlphaTauri to pole, and yesterday an Alpine and a Haas outperformed him in qualifying. This is where you look crazy. This is where the whole Supermax shit gets flushed down the toilet. Nasty Stu in the super chat, they were also allowed to make aero changes, taking it out of Parc Ferme. Facts. This is one of those examples that takes place and proves all the Supermax could do anything with any car and throws it in the trash. Max got exited in Q1 yesterday. So bad, we got to do something with the car. Max cannot overcome all. Max can't even overcome a little bit of challenges that Lewis Hamilton went through in Mercedes. He wouldn't be able to do that. But I will tell you this. I might, and I'm just telling you the truth. This is not Max hate. This is just true perspective in looking at things. It's not Max hate. I will tell you this. McLaren, how bad, and we talked about this on the call this morning. We had Wolves Den Discord call. If you want to be part of those conversations, like I said, join the membership, sign up on the YouTube channel, get into the Discord, assist and add to the conversations. And big shout out to AF1 AD for taking that step and starting to put her $5 in our conversation. But check this out. Let me also talk about another toxic-ass team in McLaren and Zach Brown, because I'm about to tell you something that I told the family on a call this morning. How ratchet is it that McLaren are so wound up that when we started this season, they said it was the Lando era. And Oscar Piastri started proving that that is not true. And then what did we see start kind of tumbling down? What did we see? Zach Brown dissolve his rights, his ability, and his leadership in Lando Norris's company. That's conflict of interest. Then what did we see? All of a sudden, we got papaya rules that are enforced primarily for Lando, but really not for Oscar. We had a bad pit stop. Oscar, we need you to let Lando in front of you. We need to give you that. Oscar, I know that penalty was bad and we all don't agree with it, but we not switching for you. Oscar, I know that this happened, but we just going to let it play out. They got Lando in position. And you want me to tell you what else is more ratchet? This is what's ratchet. I believe, this is my opinion, Zach Brown and McLaren, because Zach Brown said it during that grid walk. Remember what he said during that grid talk? I will shake Max Verstappen's hand. And if anybody beats us, I would rather it be him. If we cannot win it, I would like to see Max win it. No, what you really were thinking is this. If Lando can't win the Drivers' Championship, before I see or I let Oscar Piastri win a Drivers' Championship in papaya colors over Lando, who's been here longer, over Lando, who's my petulant child, I would prefer Max Verstappen beat us all the way through. That's crazy. Kamisha in the Super Chat says penalty on Oscar was not deserved. We're going to get into that too. We're going to talk about that too, Kamisha. You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. Another example of how things are skewed when it comes to Max Verstappen and everybody else, it seems. Oscar had the right to that apex. Why is it that Max Verstappen can dive bomb, he can race you to the apex, be out of control with his car, not give you space and push you all the way off? Oscar made that corner, would have had enough space to give Antonelli, but Antonelli got squeezed down by Leclerc, and Antonelli was there, and they made contact. Leclerc, give a damn about him. He kind of got what he deserved for real out of some things that he did. Birds come home to roost. We'll get on Ferrari in a minute. And they give Oscar Piastri a 10-second time penalty. Meanwhile, while we watch Max Verstappen dive bomb a corner on Lewis Hamilton, push him off track, cut through the grass, come through a Mario Brothers kart racing portal, take positions unfairly, never get cited, didn't get noted, didn't get called up for it, didn't get summoned for it, didn't get anything for it, just going about your business. It's just kind of racing. This is the bullshit that I'm talking about. This is the BS that I'm talking about. But yet Piastri, who still seemed in control of his car, had the space been there and he had the right, even if you want to say he didn't, by what we've seen Max Verstappen do, Oscar Piastri should not have received a 10-second time penalty. By what we've seen Max Verstappen do, Oscar Piastri should not have received a penalty. Just keeping it all the way a buck. We've watched Max Verstappen do some crazy things on track. How is it that Oscar Piastri gets a penalty for what we've seen Max Verstappen not get a penalty for? I'm questioning that very seriously because it looks crazy. It looks absolutely crazy, fam. It can't be real. This is not something that they can legitimately think that everybody's going to watch and we not going to notice this. Incredible Facts Quest, 14 months in the member with the blue badge. $1 Pro OG purple badge. Losing love for the damn, and that's a real thing that's shared by many people. Buck dollars, family members on the call this morning were saying, I almost can't even watch it. I almost can't even watch Formula One. And it's not even just in the call, it's in several comment sections. People are losing a fondness for a sport because there's a lot of bullshit happening. I was going to not try to say it, but I just got to say it's a lot of bullshit happening. And that's what we're seeing, and this is the impact that this is having on people. It's crazy. It's wild. And so now Ferrari. What did I tell y'all about Ferrari? What did I say? Coming in, what did Tasha and I say on the podcast? What have many of you now come around to saying? You just can't count on Ferrari. Ferrari you know what? I really want to know this. I want to know, because we saw Lewis. Now, I'm going to tell you this. The penalty that Lewis Hamilton got today was warranted. He went for a move. It wasn't there. He hit a car. And this is what I'm going to say before anybody says, no, just hold on. Just think about this. We just talking about this one incident. If what happened before with anybody else running into the back of somebody else on a rural public road, it's your fault. He went for a move. I think he misjudged the space, maybe what the other car was going to do, and he hit the back of him. The penalty warranted. Now, whether the degree of the penalty that they're going to enforce is warranted, that's something else that I could debate. You know, I could debate that after seeing the document, once the document comes out, of the penalty they're going to give Lewis Hamilton for that, which I haven't seen it yet, okay? But that's something we could talk about tomorrow or maybe Tuesday, because I got a meeting with the shelter tomorrow. So maybe we won't talk about it tomorrow. We'll probably talk about it Tuesday or Wednesday. But Ferrari, I need to know what all kind of damage Lewis Hamilton had on this car. Because whatever kind of damage it was or is, I'm very, very interested to know if it was something that caused this car to be that sad in performance. You brought him in, you changed the front wing, you should have did a preliminary inspection real quick. I need to know what else was wrong with that Ferrari, because if there was nothing but that front wing wrong with the Ferrari, say front wing 5 times real fast. Big shout out, Incredible Facts Course said, well, if the FIA doesn't do anything, these drivers need to stand their ground and take out Max. I agree. Because we've seen them be quite vicious against others. But if I don't see any report, and where is Fred Vasseur? Has anybody noticed how quiet Fred Vasseur has been? Fred Vasseur has been recently? Been kind of quiet. Been real kind of shy. Been kind of camera shy, I might say. But if I don't hear a report come out that there was an extreme amount of floor damage to that car, I need to know why Lewis Hamilton didn't have the performance in the car to continue on. I don't even care if he made 15. But that bad, or is it, well, Charles is out, so we ain't got nothing really to gain. And Lewis was voicing complaints about the car. And you know what? I don't even want to go there. How about we start here? The car sucks. Cormisha in the chat says, karma is just a real thing. Lurk paid for the bullshit he did to Lewis in Mexico. I'm with you on that. But just when you think things can get worse, trust and believe, messed Lewis up all day long. The car was horrible. All day long, Cormisha. The car was horrible. Ferrari's made a bad car. I think I want to stay there. Ferrari's made a bad car. Before I go to, because I'm about to go over the top on some other things on Ferrari, and I just want to stay with Ferrari's made a bad car. The car was slack, and he did run into front wing damage, and these cars are, to me, he probably have floor damage. Sylvia with Kelly in the chat says, okay, he did have floor damage as a lot of other things. Okay, so there you go. It's out of there. But Ferrari's still horrible. Car still sucks. But Lewis Hamilton did misjudge that move. All right. Ferrari are done for the season. They're done. In my opinion, Ferrari's done for the season. All right? And I'm just keeping it a buck with you. I do not trust them. I do not know if they have the ability to build a good car. But what I can tell you is Ferrari, welcome to being fourth in the Constructors' Championship. Welcome to being fourth. If you think about it, it's going to be very pitiful if by the end of the season, Ferrari can't overcome Red Bull, which is only 4 points in front of them with 366 points, to their 362 points. If they can't get third in the Constructors' Championship by the end of the season, it's going to look bad. I'm dead serious. That's going to be another notch on the "you are effed up" belt of Ferrari. Technically, just keeping it a buck here, it's Max Verstappen and Red Bull and kind of nothing else. And Ferrari find themselves behind all drivers aside from Bortoleto today. Double DNF. You should have no faith in Ferrari for next season. You should have no faith in Ferrari for next season. Here goes the document for Lewis Hamilton. I got it right now, so we can go ahead and go over that while it's here. So here's the document. Lewis Hamilton, 1,404 hours. I'm just 3 minutes late. 44 collides with car 43, turn 15. Appendix L, Chapter 4, Article 2 Delta. We've been over that before. 5-second time penalty, 1 penalty point on his driver's license, 3 for a 12-month period. Okay? Car 44 closed up behind car 3, which is Colapinto, which Colapinto will be driving for Alpine in 2026. Believe he got an extension on that, so congratulations to him. And it says, while car 43 was unable to continue without consequence, the front wing of car 44 sustained damage. The stewards determined that car 44 was wholly responsible for the incident. Although the contact was minor, incident is classified as a collision since the result of the mechanical damage to one of the cars. And this is where I don't really care about this, trying to assess the egregiousness of something happening based off things that take place after. Sometimes that gets into a slippery slope. But I don't disagree with the penalty, 5-second time penalty, 1 penalty point. I think that's fair. I mean, if you run into the back of my car, I'm going to call your insurance company and be like, you got to fix this shit. You do got to fix this. So I don't really have anything much to add to that. I mean, you watch it. Lewis tried it. It didn't work. He hit the back of a car. It is what it is. That's just fair to me at that point in time. So that's where I feel. Now, unfortunately for Yuki, not his fault. The team failed to exercise the protocol properly. He did not serve the penalty in the pit stop. That's not Yuki's fault. Okay, stewards reviewed video evidence. Car 22 entered the pit lane to serve 10-second time penalty while the car was stationary for the purpose of serving the penalty. A mechanic immediately began working on the car by loosening the left rear wheel nut. Okay, that's not Yuki's fault. And that right there puts a 10-second time penalty on Yuki. It's not Yuki's fault. Unfortunate, but not Yuki's fault. And if anybody is out there just bashing Yuki for this season, I don't think that's fair either, honestly. So I'm gonna keep that all the way a buck too. I don't think that's fair either. So as we look at some other things, I do want to also say that Behrman, congratulations, brother. Behrman, although not in the top 5 where I thought he would finish, several cars in front of him are better cars and I would think more established and better drivers. Behrman has been on a nice little stint. Behrman has. Ocon falls back again. Behrman's on a nice stint. And I'm also going to send a big shout out to some of these rookies. Behrman, coming on as of late. Hadjar has been on since his first race incident. He's been pretty damn good for the rookie. He's rookie of the year in my eyes and a lot of other people's eyes. Antonelli turning on as of late. Yo, the new era of Formula One in these drivers is flourishing before your eyes. Absolutely. And I just got to wonder, if you in here, and why not hit the damn like? Hit the like button. It's been almost 500 people through here, and we only got 45 likes. Come on, stop playing with me. All right? Stop playing with me. So, yeah, Behrman, Antonelli, Hadjar, I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do the next time they come up next season. But I will also say this. Today is still going to somewhat be just a grain of salt that the FIA and Formula One need to be fast-stead on dissolving the Red Bull two teams. You should not be able to have 4 cars, 4 drivers, 2 teams on one grid. That's not good math. 4 cars, 4 drivers, 2 teams on one track. That's not good math. Although 442 was an iconic Oldsmobile, it doesn't stand for the cubic inch block displacement, okay? And this should not be allowed because it is a conflict of interest, and it is a situation where you're going to have the junior Red Bull team, which is dispensable, making moves and doing certain things for the varsity Red Bull team in the sake of the whole Red Bull team. I think that this is a serious situation, and I think it needs to be dissolved, for sure. Without 100%, it needs to be dissolved. This is not allowed in any other sport. You're not going to have 4 drivers, 4 cars on one track. It's just, it's not ethical, it's not responsible, and it's not cool. They need to dissolve that. And I think even then you're going to see some changes happen. You're going to see some ripples of that effect ripple through seasons, races, and competitiveness. That needs to change. But yeah, I mean, Lando Norris collect some more points. Oscar Piastri, unfair punishment for sure. That punishment for Oscar Piastri was unfair all the way. All the damn way. He should not have. That was unfair all the way. 100% I don't agree with it. And here we got that document. Okay? 10 seconds, 2 penalty points. 10 seconds and 2 penalty points. We have watched Max Verstappen do things like this and get no sight, no nothing for it. It's crazy. 10 seconds and 2 penalty points. At the safety car restart, 81 attempted to overtake car 12, which was Antonelli, which I commend him again on his finish. At turn one, right off the start. In doing so, Pia did not establish the required overlap prior to the at the apex. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't know about that, chat. If Max Verstappen established it in a move that he made, I do not agree with that. Mary Bean in the super chat says, and pissed right off, Sainz hit Lewis from the back, but got no penalty. My last race will be Qatar, as not seeing any AD. Max will be a 5-time champion. And it's going to be poo-poo on McLaren's face. I don't blame you. Mary Beanie. I don't blame you for how you feel at all. But I definitely don't agree with what they just said there in regard to Oscar Piastri not being in position. We watched Max Verstappen be in position, and I'm trying to figure out if he was in position, how in the hell is Oscar Piastri not in position? How do you see that? That's crazy to me. Because Oscar Piastri had his car at least halfway alongside in order to have equal claim to that turn. So So if he didn't have it, then Max didn't have it. And if Max didn't have it, then he should have been penalized for it. Because that is wild to me. That is going to be wild to me. Okay, because we are looking at right there, Oscar Piastri is more than halfway alongside. He's more than halfway alongside. So how do they come up with that? See, this is the double standard treatment that we are seeing in Formula. This verbiage should have been in Max Verstappen's document several times ago and should have been penalized. Extract, Jamie Chadwick says the Oscar incident was a racing one. Give her the steward job. She needs it. She actually needs a Formula One seat. Jamie Chadwick actually should have a Formula One seat. If we can sit here and go through Crash, Tiffy, and Giovinazzi, we can go through them. You telling me, shit, Logan, not Sargent. Right now, we're watching Liam Lawson. If we can go through these drivers, I'm still trying to understand why Jamie Chadwick hasn't gotten a shot. Because they suck. They suck. And I don't even care. If she sucks, but you didn't even give her the opportunity. Jamie Chadwick should have a Formula One seat. I'm going to stay on that hill. But here we are with verbiage that they don't use for Max Verstappen when he does what he does. But Piastri can get it. Pia locked up the brakes. Now, the way Antonelli was coming across, I guess they would have preferred that Piastri stay in it, two cars come together, both cars be out, and then give Antonelli the penalty. Formula One's these man. How do they keep their fucking jobs? I guess because it's voluntary basis. Since you're not paying them, you're willing to let them keep doing BS. Anyway, Chad, this right here was a congratulations, Antonelli. Congratulations to Behrman. Big shout out to Hadjar. Keep doing your thing. Gasly made the top 10. Shout out to you. And Russell, you deserve the contract that you definitely should earn from Mercedes. Well, I don't know what's going to happen going forward. And like I said before, it's the car or it's not. But they're going to keep saying when they win, it's that guy. But when they lose, it's the car. No, it's the car. And he doesn't do much with less. So with that being said, big shout out to Miss Dino for getting that Sapphire Hamilton card. Make sure you let me know so I can get it to you. And join the Wolfpack fam and become part of the creation and the Discord to have a good time. Hit the join button. We do awesome stuff here, all right? We are out of here. I will see you all on the next one. We will be live again going through the week, and we will have grudge racing coming up, I think, this weekend. So you already know São Paulo is going to be the track for the grudge race. Don't miss it. Don't be square. Get in with us and have a good time with us. And with that being said, I'm out. See you on the next one.